All right, let's do this. The 10 seconds? Yes. Somebody watched for 10 seconds, and so that basically all they got was the let's do this. It's just fine. It's fine. It's fine. I come to terms with the people who actually watch these videos are very unique. They're very dear to me, but they are it takes a very unique person. I mean, I bring up the what do you call the sleeping, you know, my hour of sleeping video a lot. This is probably like the 10th or 11th video that I've mentioned this in. And a person who would sit there and literally, you know, I wish I had music playing or something like that so they can just basically like shut it off, you know, tune it out, I should say, and have something to listen to in the background. And I still don't know who that is. I think, you know, I think there's somebody close to me. Could even be a family member. But they've never said that. And it could have just been somebody who was watching a video, and it was the next video that came on, and they just didn't. They just didn't shut it off, and because it's so quiet, I mean, like, there's literally, I mean, I think I snore a little bit. But there's really nothing, you know, no talking, no nothing. It's just me sleeping. And I think some people would find that it creepy or something like that, but when that happened, I had like I think I had like 1 or 2 views, and people saw it and they shut it off. I think I averaged about a minute actually, so somebody could have sat through 2 minutes of it. The other person shutting it off, so that would have been the max time. But it literally jetted up from 2 minutes to I think it was a half hour, or close to a half hour. It's only a half hour long, and that means that, you know, the law of averages, you do the average, and I was like going, well, that's like an hour. Like somebody sat through the full hour. And I was like amazed when I was doing, because I was really big on the analytics. I was watching that like a hawk. I was watching that more than I was watching anything else. Never changing statistics. first videos, so I was cycling through all the videos, and when I saw that jump, I was like, wow, somebody freaking lost their minds. And I think on this is not a test video, I mentioned it. And I even mentioned, I want to know who you are. And I do that too, just so you know. I do that with some people's videos. I'll sit there and watch the entire hour with virtually nothing going on, waiting to see if something will happen. I support artistic expression like that. But I mean, I wish there were more. I think I had my first video is I'm doing this wrong. It's only 5 minutes long. And a lot of people have sat through the full 5 minutes, which I'm very pleased by. It was for the longest time. I actually was thinking about just making that my trailer video. But the film quality was so bad at the time that I didn't know what I never really like the sound quality of it's so bad that it's almost unhearable. You have to literally you have to go max volume on it to hear me saying I'm doing this wrong. But I was going to redo that video. I think I was going to do it for my 100th. Still doing this wrong, so that you have a little bit better quality of what it is. At the time, I believed that what I was doing was wrong. What it really meant is that I'm just going to do it my way. I'm not going to stream for clicks. I'm not going to stream for clout. I'm not going to stream for... And slowly but surely, it's going a lot slower than I thought it would go, but I would have basically a collection of people, my community, that are, wanting more, looking for more, trying to be the best them, and we would support each other. One of the big problems with because a few months in, I was a bit disenchanted. My growth had stalled. I had started watching Twitch. was, if I had to say it, Twitch has been like a huge detriment to me, as far as a YouTube streamer or a YouTuber. But I'd already fallen down the rabbit hole with VTubers, and I had watched. There's a set way to be a VTuber. It's cookie cutter, and I don't want to diminish from my friends, because I have a lot of really dear friends of mine that follow that model. Some successful, some not so successful, but they follow the YouTuber model to the letter. They fear the company. They fear Twitch. The grandmaster, the controller of their destiny, and they don't like to make waves, and they don't like to shake things up, and they don't like to talk ill. And I understand why to do that, but I also understand that it takes a lot to be a streamer. A lot of the hang-ups that a lot of streamers have, I don't even have. I try my best to understand it. And again, they see that methodology works for some people, and for some of them, it's just sheer luck. Their growth and stuff like that, their exponential stuff, is just sheer luck. It's I always call it like kind of the Lady Gaga effect. They manifest their own destiny. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being a gaming streamer. I watch people play games all the time. It's, again, if it's what's working for them, that's who am I? I can only say for me. For me, when I was 16 years old, I got a job as a busboy, and pretty much every day, the manager wanted to fire me. They didn't want to train me. They didn't want to show me how to do it. They expected the servers to basically show me what needed to be done, and they want to do this. And that manager did not like me. And every day he threatened that this was going to be my last day. And it was to motivate me to, and it did. It was to motivate me to basically be loyal and do better and stuff like that. And I worked in fear. Absolute fear. The year and some change that I worked that job, I was terrified. I would go to school. I would do my after-school work. I'd only work for a few hours, and I was absolutely terrified every day that I would basically be canned. Like, this was going to be my last. Like, they were going to literally cash me out and say, "This is what you earned. Take it. C'est la vie." I busted my ass for that job, and I got no respect. I got no nothing, and I hated it. And after I basically quit. ever took. No matter what I did. It could have been digging ditches, which I've done. It could have been, manager, running multiple stores, whatever it is that I was going to do in life. I was never, ever going to work in fear for somebody that I was working for. They would always get my honest opinion. They would always get, me straightforward. And I swear I'd never do that again. And I haven't. To put a caveat on that, is that I have played nice. The post office knew that I fucking hated them. The post office knew. Hell, I freaking had to hire a lawyer to go after money they owed me. Which people told me, like, going, you should let the union handle this. And I was like, the union didn't do fucking shit for me. I gotta do this on my own to make this money. At the risk of losing more than half of it. It was definitely money that I could have just let go. And it was a lot of money. Definitely would have helped change where I was at. Definitely would have helped change my opinion of the job. But it was not enough money that I couldn't let it go, which I ended up doing. But I never worked in fear. I never told them something that wasn't. And I was a grumpy freaking asshole. And I had, there were postmasters that refused to work with me because I was like that. When they were freaking caught, when they were freaking shorthanded, and when they were freaking in trouble, you know who they still fucking called? Me. And to be honest with you, a lot of times I've told them no. In the hopes that they would never call me again. I would tell them to their face, I don't like working with you. I've been out of the post office now for close to 2 years. I mean, this is the second year. And still, to this day, I have postmasters calling me, asking me if I want to work. Like, I could, if I was in real trouble, I could actually just go and work for the post office again. Financially. And call it pride, call it whatever you want. I have to refuse it every time, but they still call it. Most time I just let it go to voicemail and I don't respond now. In the hopes that they would stop. But they don't. So because of a single job that I had, my first job, and I worked in fear, I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I worked in absolute fear. That, because they threatened to fire me every fucking day. I say that listen, I think the truth of the matter is it wasn't every day, but every time something, I made a mistake, or water glasses on the table weren't filled up at certain tables, to their liking, even though the person I filled the water glass and the person basically chug-a-lugged. I didn't just sit there freaking just keep filling it until they freaking had enough water. Like shit like that they were doing. Or I didn't clear and set a table fast enough. Every single time something like that happened, doesn't matter what I was doing. If I wasn't absolutely perfect all the time, they would threaten to fire me. And again, it was good motivation. I mean, I won't deny that. I was definitely motivated, but I freaking resented the job, and I hated myself. That's the big part of it. I freaking hated myself for it. And now I'm talking about why am I talking about this when it's I'm talking about being a streamer. I see a lot of streamers. Basically, they gotta keep it up. They gotta keep doing. They gotta keep all this stuff. They gotta maintain a schedule. I mean, it's part of the thing. You have to maintain your schedule. If you make a schedule, you have to keep it. If you have to do this, and you should do. Twitch recommends a minimum of 2 hours of stream. Recommends a minimum of 2 hours per stream, and I was maintaining that for a while. And you know the difference between doing a 2-hour stream and doing an hour stream, or even doing a half-hour stream? Nothing. There's no difference. Finishing a piece of, like one of the things that was suggested to me, because I'm an art streamer, was finishing the piece. Do you know how many times that I'm in the middle of freaking working on it, I'm like going, oh, it's been about 3 hours, I'm done. When I collabed, when I did an art collab where we were both drawing different pictures for each other, I can say the person's name. With Trua, when I had that fantastic, oh my god, it was an amazing art. That's one of my favorite streams. I didn't even come close to finishing. I didn't even get the line work done on her Dakimakura. I had so many, oh my god, I had so many freaking issues getting, it is one of the reasons why when I stream art, I don't stream with Art Rage. Because between the tablet, the art, the tablet, the program, my OBS, which I use Streamlabs, the chat, Streamlabs itself, that's running now a chat. It's running all those programs together. Having Discord open. I can't even imagine having like VTuber Studios. Is it VTuber or is it V Studios? I don't remember which, But I can't imagine like having something for my avatar that would be yet another program on top of it all. To do the face tracking. I can't even imagine what that would be like. Try to wrap my brain around this whole thing. But yeah, I'm gonna always do it. I'm just gonna always do it my way. It's going to be kind of whims. It's going to be kind of spontaneous. It's going to be kind of this. I mean, morning commute. You know, I'm not even commuting in the morning anymore. I'm commuting. You know, I was thinking about changing the name to afternoon commute because I'm a second shifter. Still calling it morning commute, but this whole thing has been spontaneous. This was not planned. This was me raging at my job. I started this because I was raging at my job because I was worried that I wasn't going to function because I was so mad at the post office. That's why I started this. When I started interviewing for another job, I was going to actually stop this. That interview video was supposed to be the last of the morning commutes. And I did stop for a time because I got a job really close to my house, which, just so you know, I liked. I liked it because it was so close. The job turned out to not be as great as it could have been, but again, the manager fucking hated me because I was not working in fear. I did not fear for the fact that they were going to fire me. Even in the end, they still fired me. Mutual letting go to allow me to have unemployment and not blemish my record. But yeah, the job definitely wasn't what they. I promoted a person to them because I had to sell myself. I promoted a person to them that they tried to fit into their company. And yeah. I think they thought I was lying or something. I don't know. I think they thought that this was, that I was saying something that was not true. Because what they really wanted was not what they got. And Scout's honor. Did not misrepresent myself. I did not want to. I didn't. I don't think I misrepresented myself at all. But I think what they were thinking I was, and what they got, was definitely not what they wanted. I think they wanted somebody who was just going to be obedient and take what they give them and not fight, and for some reason was going to basically be able to sell stuff that the competition level at the time was just through the roof. And it was not my clerk job in California, which I absolutely loved, and I wish I never quit it. Because that job, I was just selling things hand over fist. Literally was. I didn't even have to do much, and people were just buying it. And I thought I could recreate that in a business that had high competition, this, and the sell value, what they were selling it for was not the same. And now I'm a civil servant, so yay. And pretty much back in the same boat that I was with the post office, because you didn't hear me mention the post office once. You heard me calling it like a company, and my bosses and freaking management, and instead of saying postmasters and carriers and freaking clerks, I didn't say any of that stuff. Watching those early videos, you would never know. You would never ever know that I worked for the post office. I didn't mention it once. And I think only one time did I wear my raincoat, which had the post stripes. Before I quit, I've worn it a bunch of times here for morning commute. But before I quit, I made sure that I did not wear things that would actually denote. I might have done it early on. Maybe I need to go back and watch the video too. But sometimes you didn't even get my arm in the video, so you didn't even know. I did close-ups. Used to have him on a box like that, and I would zoom in a little bit more. And cute, I would zoom in, and you wouldn't get the the bottom half Cuda, the Baby Yoda. In case you're wondering who Cuda is. I guess that's what I wanted to talk about today. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for being here. And like I said, if you're the crazy person that watches, 30 minutes of this video, I mean, like, it still like blows my mind that people will. But thank you. I can't express that enough. These videos have definitely helped me emote better, and I think that I worry that I kind of like mumble through my words, like and some, if you're new, you probably don't even realize, like, there's a lot of videos, and I got them all. They all still exist, of me mumbling through, bumbling through, and this, and you'll have me saying in those early videos, I'm trying to improve my speaking. I'm using car noises and stuff like that, and outside forces to try to, like, help me speak clearly, so that when I play these videos back, that I can see how to improve. I was doing all of that, and there's a big huge difference. And I've only used this phone, so I can't even tell you, like, the film quality has improved, because it's better than it being here in my freaking cup holder, shooting the steering wheel, like the first video. But and it's because of him. He's a gift, and because of him is the reason why I set up the videos so they shoot the passenger seat. That's why they always seem the same. As always, if you could put cool beans, and somebody recently told me that they hate the term cool beans. I was like, what? How can you freaking hate cool beans? But yeah, they hate cool beans. They put it right up there with the thumbs up. I've been saying that pretty much all my life. I can't even remember a time when I haven't said cool beans. It is the reason that I'm Q beans. I was originally Q Hope, and we went from Q Hope to Q Beans because of cool beans. Really, I'm not kidding. That's the reason why I have this name. So yeah, if you could put cool beans in the comments below, that would be great, wonderful. It will make my day. Or you can ask a question, or you can do both. Either way, it's up to you. You watch this. Let's see what you got. But thank you for watching. It means the world to me that you watch it, and especially that I can say this to you now, because you're one of the few that actually watches all the way to this point. You mean the world to me. You mean everything. I can't stream without you, and I know you exist, and that makes it even more fantastic. So I hope that wherever you are, whatever you're doing after watching this video, you're having a fantastic time doing it. And I will keep producing these videos, because you made that possible. So thank you, and have a great day. All right.